felt the industry didn't work very well for customers, and we thought if we could create a sort of unprecedented at the time level of transparency and trying to bring more simplicity to the market, then and if we worked and collaborated in the build of that with some more forward-looking customer-focused advisors, then we could create a movement for change, and I think we've done that. Well, I think it can be incredibly valuable for the right people. I think one of the issues is that it's an expensive profession to engage with. And if people don't have very much money, the cost of the advice often outweighs the benefit you're going to get from it. It's a great little, soundbite, isn't it? Is there an advice gap, or is there a gap of people who've got any money to save? And I'm actually more concerned about that than I am about the advice gap. I think if people have got money to save or invest, I think they can probably find someone to help them, I think this country is quite far adrift on that stuff. A kind of similar point again, though, there's kind of no point in being educated about something you're never going to want to consume. And I'd probably suggest that once people have got any money, they'll find somewhere where they can learn. Yeah, I think the aggregate cost is. Again, if we're talking about investing products, I think it's not uncommon for the aggregate cost to connect the customer to the stock market to be well in excess of 2% per annum. We live in a world where we've got low interest rates, we've got low equity risk premiums, and when you start to erode all of the value the industry brings in its fees, that seems a little bit counterproductive. So yeah, I think it's definitely a challenge for everybody to become more efficient, more effective, whatever, add more value, most certainly. If there's enough transparency, the market will make it work. We operate, through financial advisors, and they are highly aware of the different prices of different platforms, and it's very, very visible. And they'd find it very easy to compare Nucleus against our competitors, and I think that's, competition does exist. I think the regulator's challenge or obligation almost is to really force that encourage or force that transparency. I think everyone will become more accountable, and that will reduce fees, regardless of whether you're a platform, financial advisor, asset manager. If you look at the changes in other industries, the changes technology's brought to many, many sectors, we sometimes talk about, when EasyJet and Ryanair came along and made it obvious that everyone had actually been paying £60 for breakfast, we didn't know that before, and then we did, and then we stopped, that really forced a complete restructure of the aviation industry. Look, it's changed enormously in the last 20 years, and it will change, I think, at least as much again in the next 20.
All over the world, people are being very poorly served by the investment industry at the moment. That's wrong. We're trying to redress that. We have feedback from investors around the world. They say, thank you very much for explaining that point. I really didn't understand it until I saw that video. We are giving investors, the wider public, the full picture.